Ellen McCauley at Parade off in Syracuse, New York. And you know, it's the holiday time. And for many people that conjures up, oh, jingle bells, and oh, I'm going to decorate the tree, and it's going to be so lovely, and we're all going to get along and kiss, and it's going to be so much fun, lots of hugs. But for a lot of people, you're like, oh my gosh, I got too much to do, I'm so stressed out, or this is the first Christmas without this person or that person. And a lot of our overeating at the holidays comes from stress and depression, not from joy and parties. And I have to be honest with you, I always get a little depressed at Christmas time. I really do, because I remember when my dad was alive, and my grandmother, and my sister Kathy, and I remember 10th Street and how we had nothing, but we had that little tiny tin tree, and we'd sing Christmas carols at the top of our lungs, and I could cry right now thinking about it. And I don't know about any of you, but sometimes I think about my kids and how excited they'd be, and how they'd run down the stairs, and now they're all grown up. And I could go down this path and be like this puddle of tears. Then I have to pull up my big girl pants and say, you're so lucky, Ellen. You're so blessed. Enjoy the holidays. Try to do for other people. It ain't about you. And then I bring myself back. But there were days where I couldn't bring myself back, and that's when I wanted too many beers or too many snacks. When we are depressed, we have to think about how blessed we are, and we have blessings, we do. And we need to be present and accepting. And we have to say, it is what it is. And when Bob and I first heard that popular phrase, we were saying it like 20 times a day. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we said it so often that now we give each other to say it once a day. So I'll say, it is what it is, and that's my one time for the day. And sometimes he'll say, it is what it is, and then he'll say later on, I wish I hadn't used my it is. And we already did. You can't use it twice. Those are the rules. But we have to be present, and we have to say to ourselves, it is what it is, and it could be so much worse. Also, we have to accept people for who they are. Are we really going to change this person when we haven't been able to change him in 50 years? Is the same person going to bring up a story that you just don't want to hear and expect everyone to laugh? It is what it is, and that's my one time for the day. Also, positive phrasing. You know, we just need to really think about Jesus. Jesus is the reason for this season. And then we have to eat properly and exercise. And when you are eating properly and exercise, you don't feel as depressed. When you gain 3 pounds, you have a choice. I can get back on track, or I can gain 20 pounds and hate myself, because that's what we do. You can breathe, be at peace, listen to Christmas carols. Your breath and your peaceful spot, find a peaceful spot in your heart. Jesus, I trust in you. It's always been there. And so is your ability to enjoy life as it unfolds during the holidays and during the rest of the year. And then the stress. You know, we have something in Syracuse which is sunlight deprivation. And you know, believe it or not, even if you go outside and it doesn't look sunny, you're still going to be getting some vitamin D. So I say to people, don't hole up in your house from January through March. Get out, take a walk, just stand outside, get some sunlight. Take a whiff of citrus. Buy those, who likes clementines? Clementines are awesome. Buy some clementines, smell them, eat them. Take a whiff. Walk away from worries. I can't say it enough. Also, one of the things, you can squeeze your fingers. If you're starting to get stressed, just squeeze your fingers together. Some people flip a rubber band on their wrist. Do something to kind of break that little chain of worry. Do less and enjoy more. And one of the things is forgetting perfection. I think one of the things, I've told the group before, but in 10 years I've probably told you everything. But whenever we get Christmas cards and people just sign their names, like they'll say, they don't even write Dear Bob and Ellen, but they write nothing, and then they'll write their name, like John Doe. And I turn to Bob and I go, where is the love you said was mine, oh mine, till the end of time, nothing. And here I am, I'm like writing these copious notes, you're so special to me, and I love you so much. And I used to do a big letter about why everyone was so special. And I said, you know what, Bob? Less is more. I still write a little note. I try to let the person know how special they are to me, because no one will open a card from Ellen McCauley and ever say, where is the love you said was mine, oh mine. But get out of the house and consider abandoning old customs. We had an old custom that every Christmas Eve, our entire kitchen counter was covered with every snack you can think of. There was pizza, there was egg rolls, there was all those little Tostitos and things and all that processed food you put in the oven and heat up. There was onion dip, there was little hot dogs in a crock pot. There was bacon wrap. Am I making everyone hungry now? Yes. There was bacon wrapped, scallops wrapped in bacon. We had anything you could think of. It was everywhere. Guess what? I haven't done that in 10 years. Have we had a Merry Christmas, Bob?
Yeah.
You didn't say that very enthusiastically. Let's try it again.
I was thinking about the scallops.
He goes, how about the scallops? Okay, maybe you can have the scallops. But we consider abandoning old customs if you've outgrown them this way. Maybe you've outgrown the customs, get it? Be a picky volunteer. It's very hard for me to say no. It's very hard. People say to me, Ellen, can you? And I'm like, oh. And then sometimes I say no, and then I go, okay, it's all right. Because it's hard for me. It really is. But try to learn in a very nice way to say no. All right, the same thing. Fit in exercise, don't overschedule. Log your food and plan. And another thing, today is September 7th. Tomorrow's December 8th. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's nothing. Cut back a little on your calories on the days when you don't have a party. Or if you go to a party and you have a big luncheon party with a dessert, don't have dinner that night. Try to trade off some of the things you're deciding to do. Also, always have an emergency snack on hand. I, in my desk at work, have a bag of individually wrapped prunes. And I don't know about you guys, but prunes are not a trigger food for me. I can eat one, and I'm fine. I don't say, ooh, I feel like it. But forget dates. I have one date, I'm like, ooh, that was so good. I want another date. But prunes, I can have one. So have a healthy snack that's not a trigger food. Don't have a can of cashews and say that's healthy, because the next thing you know, you'll be eating up the whole can. Also, don't act like this is your last Christmas. No one has shared with me that they have until January 4th to live and they have to eat everything under the sun. Say, with God as my co-pilot, there will be many more Christmases. I'm going to eat with dignity, I'm going to enjoy my company, and I'm going to remember what the true meaning of Christmas is about. That God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in Him will have everlasting life. So Jesus is the reason for this season.